But anyway, I want to tell you about my VHS memories. So, here's some videos. By the way, here's a VHS of David the Rock Nelson and Jim McPherson and Rock Nelson versus the Monsters. And it's co-directed by me. There it is. It's the only copy I got. Yeah, it's an independent film, but my friend Dan the Man Roebuck, actor, co-directed. He says, I want you to direct a movie. And he says, I'll pay you $100. So he knocks on my door at Monster 2000 in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Now they have it in Mars, Pennsylvania. This guy knocks on the door. I answer the door, and I go, hi. He goes, oh, hi, David. No, I'm Dan Roebuck. I'm a fan of yours. I'm the one that wants to do a movie with you. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He seemed nice. And he had glasses on, so it made him look a little different. I'm like, wait a minute. I saw you on Matlock. He goes, Dave, I was in 50 episodes of Matlock, but I've done more recent things, better things like I was in The Fugitive, I was in U.S. Marshals, and then, yeah, he was the detective in U.S. Marshals and The Fugitive. Yeah, he's got a mustache, got a brown suit coat. They're in the bar after they catch this guy, or they're out, and you see Dan Roebuck stand up, and he stands up with a bottle of beer. They got there with the fellow cops in the bar. The early scene in the movie, and during the first 15 minutes or so, after they catch this guy, and he's yeah, but the fugitive gets away, maybe that was U.S. Marshals. I think that was Fugitive. Yeah, that was Fugitive. And then he's also in U.S. Marshals as a detective with Tommy Lee Jones again. 2 movies with Tommy Lee Jones, both good ones. And then I saw him in Nash Bridges, Don Johnson. I saw him in an episode of the Invisible Man TV show back in 2002. I saw, man, he's in everything. Now he's in The Invisible Man. He says, he's on the phone, he says, I want this Invisible Man. I'm like, man, that's Dan the Man Roebuck. He's in everything, man. Then I saw him I was flipping channels. I don't like Desperate Housewives. You know what? By the way, I want to say something, Desperate Housewives. You know what they did for that show I found? They took the Munsters home at Universal City, and they converted it into the house used for Desperate Housewives and wrecked it. It's an icon, man. Oh, it's old. It's old. We're bringing the new. That's like Generation Xers. I think that's what Generation Xers believe. Whatever. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pick on them, but I'm just saying. What I really should say is people that think that the old is an eyesore. You hear people not in the paper, our local speak out in Des Plaines, Illinois. Sometimes people they go, oh, that building's an eyesore. They should tear it down. It's an that old house in Des Plaines. They should tear it down. It's an eyesore. Well, it was like the oldest house in the town. It was a spiral. It was like spiral staircase all the way, like 3 or 4 floors, man. It was like an old mansion, man. Wood, we're talking like 1800s. And it would spiral up, man. And right in the center of town where McDonald's is, they tore it down. So all these people complaining, it's in ice. I don't care. It's a piece of art. It's part of history. That's like tearing down an old movie theater that's been there for 100 years or 80 years. You save it. It should be like a national treasure, a national monument, a national, icon. What they call it. Like, it's preserved. An historical landmark. Well, finally, they were going to tear down Des Plaines Theater. People like me wrote the paper, called in, speak on, complain. They should save the theater. Well, they did. And thanks to this guy, Don, the SaveTheTheater.com website, and people like me that give our opinion and call in and sometimes write letters, sometimes, but, it should save the theater, and word goes around. It got saved. They saved it. The people bought it, or they had enough money and they made it. It got declared a national landmark. Like, we're talking like 5 or so years ago. And so now it's preserved. And they found like stucco wall underneath the plaster. They found old like artwork on the wall, like stucco artwork, old tiles under the layer of plaster. They found old tiles from the original, the way it originally was. It's rare, so now it looks better, It's got its original look now, but anyway. So, I'm for saving the old buildings. Amen? Amen, brother. So, oh, look. Anyway, here we go. And I'm in this movie. It's an independent movie. Nobody sold copies of it, but, I got a copy, and his friend Jim McPherson from Hollywood, who, by the way, ordered one of my movies back in, like, 95. I think he ordered Volume 2 or Conrad Brooks versus the Werewolf, maybe Vampire Woman, back in the 90s. Jim McPherson. And this movie was made for him. I never met him, but Dan Roebuck there, there's a birthday present for him, you know. So I got paid $100 by Big Dan, the man. I got a free meal at Chi-Chi's, and I hung out with what's his name, Chuck Williams. You know, Chuck Williams, man, the actor. Yeah. So you know, he was in that movie with him and Dan Roebuck were in that movie with what's his name, Bruce Campbell, Bubba Hotep. I didn't like that movie too much. I think the mummy should look more like a mummy, you know, like Lon Chaney, like My Mummy AD 1993, which was shot on video. I mean, here's a VHS of Frankenstein's Bloody Terror. I got that for $10 at Famous Monsters Convention '93. Yeah, that got, or maybe, yeah, Famous Monsters Convention '93. I got that for $10. And then a guy traded me. He said he'd trade me a copy of one of my movies, of Conrad Brooks versus Werewolf, for a copy of Werewolf Shadow, which I got over there on VHS. I'll show you those later. Some Paul Nash movies over here. I'm just showing you some, and here's the video I watch most. Frankenstein's Daughter with Son of Frankenstein, and it's also got the werewolf on here. The werewolf, Stephen Rich. I taped it off my former girlfriend's VCR. I set the timer. She said, "Yeah, come over here and fix my VCR. I can't watch nothing." I said, "Hey, you know, Versi," I said, "I got it set. There's movies I want to tape, you know, because I don't have cable, so I had to set, you know." So it wouldn't shut off until it was done taping. You know, I got and I watch this all the time. We got 3 classics: The Werewolf, Stephen Rich. It's got Frankenstein's Daughter. I watch that all the time. I was just watching it the other day again, a couple days ago on video. And here's a new one I got from my pals at Real Art in Berwyn, over there next to Horrible store, which sells horror memorabilia, you know, old Famous Monsters magazines, videos, DVDs, old monster masks and stuff, old monster posters and lobby cards. Yeah, Horribles. It's right next door to Real Art. It's R-E-E-L, Real. And then look at Frankenstein's Daughter, man. Frankenstein's Daughter. And this is one of the first videos I got. Gigantor, the space age robot. He's at your command. Gigantor, the space age robot. His power is in your hands. Bigger than big, taller than tall. Bigger than big, taller than tall. Ready to fight for right against all. Gigantor, Gigantor, Gigantor. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Will the real Gigantor please stand up? Dun, 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 dun. You know, the little boy in the box. That's where they got that idea for those movies you saw, the kid with the giant robot. They got that from this. I saw this after school back in the 60s, like 1964. I come home and watch this stuff. Yeah. And, you know, here's, like I said, this one I'm going to give away to a fan. It's kind of a morbid movie, The Corpse Vanishes. I got all kinds of videos here, man. Look at, I Was a Teenage Frankenstein, Vampire's Coffin with Hermann Robles. It looks like German Robles, but it's pronounced Hermann Robles. Hermann Rebellus. I think it's Hermann Rebellus. That's how it's pronounced. Because the G is pronounced with as an H sound. Hermann Robles. I think that's how my friend from Mexico pronounced it. Oh, and The Flying Serpent. I got that for $9 at Monster Bash from Bob Pellegrino. George Zucco. This is a very obscure movie. I love it. It reminds you of the Devil Bat. He flies around with the wings. Frankenstein meets the space monster. I got that from Monster Bash. You know, man, I got videos come to wazoo, man. Here's a VHS of Tales of Frankenstein. My friend made a free copy for me. Mummy's Revenge, Paul Nash. And what else? And I got a new DVD player, man. Got a new DVD player, man, the other day, so I can make good copies of my DVDs. And man, I got, oh, here's one. Swamp of the Lost Monster. It's Mexican film. And over here, if you wait a sec, here, go. I'm going to show you my other movies here. The Paul Nash movies. See, right there, see? So you got Night of the Howling Beast right there. Look at that. Look at that. It's the cover. And there's a werewolf mask right there. And here's another one, see? Horror Rise from the Tomb. That's Paul Nash. Here's another one, Fury of the Wolfman. That's a good one. I got this for like $2.99 in a bargain bin at Woolworths. Fury of the Wolf Man. It's got Paul Nash in it. It's a good one, man. So I think I've shown you pretty much, but I want to show you, this is a baseball bat I made when I was in high school. Look at that. Look at that baseball. I made that on a lathe, man. You can see, it took too long. It started burning the wood, it started smoking. Mr. Beard says, yeah, you got to put some water on that, it's smoking, you know. So I finished it up, and here's a cane I got in the Philippines for like 7 pesos, which is like about $1 our money. He's got a cobra head. See, I want that cool like one of the brothers, because some of those brothers, you know, from the Brotherhood, they walk and act cool, you know. And I thought, yeah, I want to be a dude like them, so I get the sunglasses, I get the straw hat, and I was acting like I was one of the brothers. You know, because, you know, maybe I'm actually African-American inside, and I just look white on the outside, maybe. But, you know, one of my heroes is Smoking Joe Frazier. There he is. Like boxing or Smoking Joe Frazier. Yeah, and the trunks that he beat Ali in that first, and there's a poster for the Rocket of the 21st century. Strange Universe, I was one of the 5 strangest people in America, and I got that free poster. I should have won, it was rigged. I'm the strangest, I should have won. So anyway, so you got all kinds of videos right here. Look at all the videos I got there, man, look at that. More videos, more videos. I got videos in here, man, I got more videos, VHS. You know, I got my 8mm videos I shoot on, you know. Here's one, a Creeping Terror, VHS of the Creeping Terror. Here's a lobster that comedian Don Reese gave me at Monster Red. More videos. Creature from the Lake right there. See, Creature from Black Lake. You know, Blood of Dracula. Samson versus a Vampire Woman. Ultraman. More, there's It's Alive, the Larry Buchanan movie with a sea monster. Zontar, The Thing from Venus. By the way, this movie is going to be on Monday and Friday on Comet TV with Tommy Kirk in his greatest role ever. He goes, "It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!" Here's a cape my mom made for me. My Dracula cape. Look at it. Made that when I was 5 years old. I use that in my movies. Okay, cut that's perfect.